What's up people, it's JD here from GadgetsBoy and we're here for some exciting camera news from Nikon. Finally, Nikon has announced their full-frame mirrorless camera offering, and we don't just get one, we get two cameras, the Z6 and the Z7. So the Z7 is a full-frame mirrorless 45.7 megapixel camera, while the Z6 comes with a 24.5 megapixel sensor. In terms of looks, the cameras are identical. All of the buttons are in the same place. They have the same nice ergonomic deep grip. If you've ever held a D750, they're about that kind of size and shape, but the Z6 model is a little bit lighter than the Z7. Otherwise, the cameras are identical. They both have magnesium alloy frames. They both come with full weather sealing, comparable to the D850. So I mean, if you know the D850, that's one of the best DSLR cameras ever made. And Nikon have taken a really bold step by making a mirrorless camera that rivals current flagship capabilities. And you do get 12 frames per second shooting with the Z6, whereas you only get 9 frames per second with the higher resolution model of the Z7. So there are some slight differences, but both cameras offer you 4K video recording, full pixel readout. Both cameras also offer you 120 frames per second HD recording with audio. And Tommy and I have been talking about why you'd want the audio there. I'm sure with things like rain, with ocean scenes, that atmospheric noise might be quite nice for slow motion video. In terms of inputs, both cameras have microphone in, headphone out. They both also have HDMI out with up to 10-bit recording to external recorder. And Nikon has been really smart in that they've partnered with Atomos, so you've got the Atomos protocol there as well, so you can start and stop recording with the external monitor, which is really, really cool for filmmakers and video creators like ourselves. In terms of memory card slots, Nikon's put all of their eggs in their basket with the XQD, and they're saying this is one of the things that are going to help this camera be future-proof. Another thing that makes the camera future-proof, obviously because it's mirrorless, they've had to create a new mount. This new Zebb Mount, I think that for me, the system of the Zebb Mount is one of the most exciting things about today's announcement, because that opens up a whole new field of play for Nikon's lens designers. They've been really kind of trying to find a new way to introduce some new designs to their lens. They've used the same F mount since the 50s. So the fact they have a new mount to play with, a new system, means we're going to look for some really exciting new lenses. And at launch, Nikon are going to bring us a 35 f1.8, a 50 1.8, and a 24-70 f4 constant aperture kit lens, which I think for people starting out, having a 24-70 f4 as a kit lens is a really, really, really great option. In terms of pricing, Nikon have been super competitive. The top end with the kit lens and the adapter, you can actually adapt all current f-mount Nikon lenses to the new Z system. And Nikon is saying that there's no compromise in that. Autofocus is fully functioning, and along with that, Nikon is saying that the stabilization, the in-body stabilization of the Z cameras are going to offer improved VR performance for existing Nikon f-mount lenses. So if you've already got Nikon lenses, this camera is going to be a great option for you. If you're in the market for the top spec Z7 with the adapter, with the 24-70 kit lens, you're looking at about £4,000, which is, it's expensive, but as a new system, I think that's quite a competitive offering. Whereas I think the real seller is going to be the Z6, which at body only is just over £2,000. And if you've already got Nikon lenses and you want to throw in that adapter, you're looking at about £2,300 for that kit, which I think, for me, if I was a Nikon user, that would be an instant buy. I wouldn't even have to think about that. That's an automatic investment. It's a great new system. It's exciting to see Nikon really being brave and going for it with the mirrorless system. I think this was the only way they could have really stepped into this market. And definitely, I think Sony are going to be paying attention. And it really is now the ball's in Canon's court to make their move and make a serious step into full-frame mirrorless. While at the launch event, Nikon did give us a chance to get hands-on with some production samples of the camera, so we weren't allowed to take the images away with us, but I did get a good chance to see what the camera feels like, how it operates, and it's super, super fast. The autofocus is, Nikon are famed for their autofocus capabilities, and I think the Z cameras really kind of continuing that legacy. They seem to perform very fast. The tracking performance was really impressive as well. So I think that's one of the things that Nikon users and Nikon fans are going to be really excited to see in the flesh. The room that we were shooting in wasn't actually that well lit. We had a couple of lights on either side of the stages. So with that 45.7 and 24.5 back illuminated sensor, the impression on the back of the camera is that the cameras perform very well in low light situations. And actually there is a slight difference in terms of the Z6 and Z7. The Z6 will give you a top ISO at 51,200, whereas the higher resolution a Z7 model will give you a 24,600 top ISO. So you do get a slight difference in terms of low light. So if you are a low light shooter, the Z6 is definitely going to be the model for you, the lower resolution model. Whereas if you want that full resolution, the Z7 will give you a slightly more limited range in terms of ISO. That's it from me and the GadgetsBoy team. We have had a great time looking at this new camera. We're looking forward to reviewing it in full. But if you have any questions or comments, put them in the section below. If it's your first time watching, also hit that notification bell so you'll be one of the first to know when we upload a new video. But thanks for watching. We're out.